this is in Valois. This is the old Fournier planting, Chardonnay planted in the early 70s. And some of you wine club members that have been around for a long time like to remind me, I said I was never going to make Cab Franc and never going to make Chardonnay, and now we make them both, but it's all her fault. She worked in Burgundy with Jacques Prieur, so had an idea how to make Chardonnay. So a few years ago, in 2021, we have been watching this vineyard for a bunch of years, and I said to Leanna, would you like to make some Chardonnay? And she's like, oui. So we made Chardonnay in 21. Didn't tell anybody, secret project. This is super old vines on the state soil, Honey Eye soil, which is the state soil, believe it or not, on shale. Like I said, planted in the early 70s. This is a super, super old vine planting. Very, very low yields. So normally in the Finger Lakes, 5-6 tons of the acre. This is 1.85 tons of the acre. So anywhere else in the world, this would cost a whole bunch of money. But we're able to sell it in the Finger Lakes at a nice price and turn people on to truly cool climate, old vine, I think, beautiful expression of Chardonnay.
Yeah, it's been such a pleasure to work with this grape. I mean, Chardonnay is very close to my heart. And what a mission to try to accomplish something that is giving you the intensity and the freshness plus the sense of the place without being flabby.
Yeah.
And
totally.
That was the trick. And as it's been the third vintage, we know more, and we are doing kind of the same idea as the Riesling. So pressing and then settling, and then for the barrel regiment, it's going to be slightly newer oak, like just 25%, but it's going to be in large format, 500, to reduce the wood impact, but to still have this nice oxygen relationship that we like for the Chardonnay. And then it's going to be small neutral barrels to do this other part. For this vintage, we were able to make almost 500 cases, which is super exciting.
Yep.
And it's a project that we will grow over the years. And yeah, you'll tell me what you think about this texture.
The texture, the length, the mid palate, the power. It's powerful wine without being heavy. It's powerful wine without being heavy in alcohol. It's only 12%. But you get this freshness from the wild herbs, the wild carrot, the thyme, basil. It's and then you always have the salty. And we haven't talked much about salty, but the saltiness gives it this lift. I really am super, super happy to be able to share with our Foundry members this very old planting of historical vineyards, to give them a glimpse of the history of the lakes.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
pretty
unique.
Cool.
And if I can add something, it would be to open the bottle and let it breathe. That's a wine that loves to talk to you. Like, it's going to show something as you're going to open it, but the more you let it breathe through the course of several hours, it's going to change, and it's going to tell you even more stories than you could even imagine.
Delish. Can't wait to hear what you think of this vintage. We're super stoked for it. Enjoy.